What's going on, family? Sam Eugenius here with Predict Your Business, where I help entrepreneurs wear less hats and grow their business in a predictable way. Today in this video, I want to talk to you about a pet peeve that I have, and that is business owners who are faking the funk. I don't have this issue with all the business owners that I speak to, but you know who you are. And if this applies to you, I really want you to pay attention because I want to help you in this video. Basically, it's important just to be honest, be honest with where you're at in your business. I think so often I meet business owners and they're like, yeah, I'm doing big things and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And I have a sales closing rate of 30% and 40% and and I'm doing big things and blah, 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 and all that. And then I tell them, I'm like, okay, so you want us to do a marketing funnel for you. What's your marketing budget? And they're like, oh, I don't have a marketing budget. And I'm like, well, if you want us to build this website or build this marketing funnel, it starts at like $249, or if we're doing a sale price, it starts at $99, or our regular price at $800 or whatever, right? And they'll be like, well, I don't have the budget for that. And I'm like, what do you mean you ain't got the budget for that? You was acting like you was so successful. You was acting like you was making some money. You was acting like, you doing big things. I'm like, how you doing big things and you can't even afford a $249 starter kit for a marketing funnel, If your closed rate is that good, 30%, 40%, $20 shouldn't be that much to you, or $50 or $100, or having a $300 ad budget or a $200 ad budget or a $500 ad budget shouldn't be that big of an issue. But the reason why it's an issue is because you're not where you say you are. The reality is you're lying, right? And one of the worst people to lie to as a business owner and to fake the funk is another business owner who's not stupid. Right? It's like we understand what it takes to do business. We understand the pressure. We understand how hard it is. We understand the amount of money it costs, and we understand the mistakes that can happen. We understand how often you can bump your head. Even when you have a mentor, how often you can bump your head, and how even with a mentor, it can take time to get things off the ground because things take time, right? But then you meet business owners and it's like they're always trying to impress you. And I'm like, impress me with your honesty. That was good, right? Impress me with your honesty. Impress me with reality. Let me know where you're really at, because think about it. In order for a person to really help you, it's going to take you being honest with them. Like me and my wife, we have like people that we talk to about our relationships. I talk to people about business, and if I'm lying to them, guess what? I am actually preventing them from helping me better, because I'm not giving them the proper information. I'm trying to fake the funk, I'm trying to impress them, or I'm not giving them the whole story. I'm only giving them piece of a story. So that means their advice is going to be based off of piece of the story, right? And I think many of you, when y'all come to me and come to my business partner and you're dealing with Predict Your Business, or you're dealing with our parent company, UShare 360, don't come to me to impress me. You know what I mean? Don't try to impress me. The best thing you can do is be honest with where you're at in your business. If you have no startup capital, then be honest. If you have no ad budget, then be honest. If you're not killing it in your business and crushing it in your business, be honest, because we can tell whether or not you're faking the funk. We can easily tell that. And so I just want to share that with you, that don't try to impress the people who's trying to help you. Now, I understand you want to have a good image. I understand you want to put your best foot forward. But when we behind closed doors, you know what I mean? This is where you got to be honest. When you're dealing with somebody who's trying to help you grow your business, when you're dealing with somebody who's trying to help you, make $1 out of 15 cents, that's where you got to be honest, right? Don't act like you're crushing it when you're not crushing it. Tell your story. Even I think it was Gary Vee says, look, don't try to fake it till you make it. Be honest with the journey. Be honest with, where you're at. Talk about the pain points. Talk about the times you've bumped your head. Talk about how difficult it is, because people can relate to honesty. And I think that's very, very important. So now here's another nugget that I'm going to tell you, right? I was going to add this in another video, or share this in another video, but I'm going to put it out here right now. Many of you don't have the budget, right? You're faking the funk. You're acting like you got money. You're acting like you're successful. You're acting like you're doing big things. But the reality is you're not doing big things. The reality is you don't have a really good budget. The reality is you didn't think this through. That's the reality, right? And so my word of advice to you, if you can't get a hold of $50, $100, $300, $1,000 to invest in your business, then you're not ready to start a business right now. You're still in the planning stages. And there's nothing wrong with being in the planning stages. It's better to stay in the planning stages till you get what you need than to just jump out of the plane with no parachute, because you can't fly. You can't fly, right? It's better to say, you know what? Let me save my money to get a parachute. You see what I'm saying? Before I just jump off. Let me save some money. Let me come up with a game plan. Let me make sure I do this thing right before I quit my job. And now I got bills coming in and I can't pay them because I'm not making no money in my business. I was talking a good game, but when it came time to pay them bills, I realized, wait a second, I ain't got no money. The sales didn't come in fast enough. I thought I was going to make 500 sales and I only made 5 sales. I thought all my friends was going to support me, but only 2 of them supported me. I thought I was going to make 5,000 this month, but I only made $75. I thought I was going to make, $6,000 this month, but I only made $1,500. These are the things you got to be honest with, right? And so many of you, after talking with you, I can tell, I'm like, wait a second, you really didn't sit down and count up the costs. So one of the reasons why 80% of the businesses fail, one of the biggest reasons is limited cash flow. Most business owners, yourself included, you underestimated how much money it will cost to get your business off the ground. You underestimated it. You was like, all I need is $300 when you really needed $3,500. Like, all I needed was $2,000 when you really needed $20,000. Y'all get my point? You were just thinking about how much you needed to create the product. You didn't think about how much money you needed to do marketing. You didn't think about how much money you needed to do support. Things of that nature, right? You have to think about those things. And many of you don't have enough money. You're trying to get a bunch of stuff for free, right? But you don't have enough money. You're not coming to the table with enough money. And yet you want so much, but you give so little. And so my advice to you, this is hard medicine. My advice to you is this. You have to pivot. You have to put your business on hold. Get yourself another job, literally. Get yourself a second job. Work at McDonald's, work at Walmart, I don't care, wherever. Figure out a way to make extra income, and that extra income, put it in the bank. Save it, put it under your pillow or whatever. Put it in a safe place. Don't spend it. Don't buy no ice cream. Don't take yourself out to eat. Don't buy no new clothes, right? That's what you need to do. Some of y'all, you need to downsize. You need to sell your house. You need to move out of your 3-bedroom apartment and move into a 1-bedroom apartment, or move into a studio. Some of you simply need to move back home with your mama or your daddy, or you need to move in with your sister or move in with a friend. You need to simply lower your monthly expenses so that you can have more disposable income that you can use to grow your business. See, many of you are trying to live a lifestyle and grow your business at the same time, right? And that's very, very difficult. And it's not working for you. It literally isn't working for you. You're trying to grow your business. You're trying to live this lifestyle. You want a BMW, you want a Mercedes, you want a Range Rover, you want to live in this nice house. You want to look good while you're starting your business. You don't want to suffer at all. You don't want to go without at all. And that mentality is what's keeping you from expanding your business. You can't hire nobody because your money is going to paying for your car note. You can't bring in that consultant who knows how to do this particular job better than you, but you can't afford them because you're busy paying a mortgage. You can hire 3 people from Fiverr and help you out for like 3 months, or you can hire this virtual assistant, but you can't afford to because you have this lifestyle that you're trying to live up to, all right? And it's better to downsize. Some of you have to downsize. You don't have the money it takes to grow your business, and you're going to fail. Matter of fact, you failed before you even started. You failed before you even started. You're not going to win that way. 5 years are going to pass, and you're going to still be in the same place because you started with limited income. You started without a proper plan, and you started without the proper funding. So again, you got to downsize. Right? Stop going out to eat. Stop selling your stuff. Start selling stuff. Do a yard sale. Do whatever you got to do. Right? Because remember, your business is what's going to help you afford the lifestyle that you've been dreaming of. Because many of you already have your day job, and it's only doing so much, right? It's only bringing in so much income. And $80,000 a year is not a lot of money, you know? I left my job, I was making like $85,000, $87,000 a year. It sounds like a lot of money to you and to other people because you never made that much. But that's not a lot of money. Once you pay all your bills, that's not a lot of money. But some of you may be making $70,000, $80,000. Well, what if you move back home with your mama? You know, can you imagine how much money you will have? You'll probably have an extra, $900 a week where you can invest in your business just by moving back home with your mama, and give her like $200, $300, $500 a month to just, pay for food and for stuff like that, and let your parents know, hey, I'm trying to build a business and I need more disposable income, so I need to downsize. I need to live in a studio apartment or whatever it is. You know what I mean? You have to downsize because you don't have the cash flow. Or you have to get yourself a partner, and y'all have to merge your money together, pool your money together, right? You got to figure something out, because the way you're doing it right now is not working. This is not the way to take your business to the next level. So again, don't fake the funk. Stop acting like you're crushing it in your business when you're not, especially when you're talking to people who's trying to help you, and don't expect to get everything for free. This is not a nonprofit organization. This is a per-profit organization, just like your business is a per-profit organization. And even if you are a nonprofit organization, one of the reasons why nonprofit organizations fail is because they're not making no profit. You know how many underfunded nonprofit organizations exist? You know how many nonprofit businesses don't have enough money because they don't have a profit mentality. Giving everything away for free. They have no way of like, well, how are we going to fund this? They don't know how they're going to fund it. And so they end up being a broke nonprofit organization that's not able to really help people. And when all the smoke settles, they've only helped like 1 or 2 people. But then when you look at other organizations that know how to properly fund their business, nonprofit organizations, they know how to properly fund it. They know how to raise capital. They know how to, do meet and greets and network with other people to bring in the cash flow. Those are the people who are helping thousands upon thousands upon thousands. And I'm gonna tell you something that someone shared with me, and I know this may be a little bit controversial, and I agree with it to a certain degree. I know there's exceptions to the rule, and I'm not trying to get into the exceptions to the rule, but I will say this: you're not gonna make a major difference in the world being broke. You're not gonna make a major difference in the world being broke, right? The key is make as much money as possible. You know what I mean? The person who has $10 can't help as many people as the person who has $1 million. So get your head in the game and figure out, I need to make a lot of money. I need to invest in myself. I need to invest money into myself, into my mind, into my skill sets, into my business, so I can take my business to the next level, so that I can make a difference in the world, make a difference in my family, make a difference in my community, right? There's too many, even for those of you who are in the African American community. I know you're talking about the revolution won't be televised, and guess what? The revolution needs to be funded. Right? The revolution needs to be funded, and many of you aren't funded. That's why your revolution or your woke mentality, it ain't really getting people nowhere, because you're broke, right? And so there's many woke people in our community who don't know how to make money. So if you need to be woke to making money, be woke to investing, be woke to building your brand, be woke to getting more leads and generating more customers, so that you can afford to make the major differences that you need to make in our community, right? And it doesn't matter what community you live in. It's going to take money to take you to the next level. It's going to take money to reach the people you want to reach. It's going to take money to reach 1 million people, to reach 10 million people, right? And you got to be committed. So don't fake the funk. Stop acting like you're successful when you're not. Stop acting like you're crushing it when you're not. Don't act like you got money. Then when somebody says, oh, that's going to cost you $150, and you're like, oh, I don't know about that. And then don't act and don't talk such a big game. And then when it's time to pull the trigger, you start stalling. You know, it's like you talk all this game, like, yeah, I want to do this in my business, I want to do that, and then it's like, okay, you ready to get started? It's going to cost you $200 to get started, and sign here, and we'll get this thing on the road. Then all of a sudden, y'all press the brakes, right? All you're doing is wasting my time and wasting your time. It shows that you're really not committed. You just all talk, right? And that's not the way to build a community. It's not the way to build a business. It's not the way to build your nation. It's not the way to build a marriage. It's not the way to build your family. You got to move beyond the talk, right? And many of you, you're running up to the start line. As soon as you get to the start line, you stop and you don't run. You pause, you stop, because you're afraid to spend money. But you spend money on alcohol, you spend money on drugs and weed, you spend money on clothes, you spend money on, shoes, you spend money on vacation, spend money on your business. You know what I mean? And spend a lot of money on your business, because it's going to take a lot of money to get your business to where it needs to be. Stop penny pinching when it comes to your business. Stop penny pinching when it comes to going to the next level. Many of you want to be millionaires, and it's going to take a whole lot of money to become a millionaire. It's going to take a great idea to become a millionaire. It's going to take some strong hustle, commitment, ethics, discipline to get your business to where it needs to be. All that talk, and then when it's time to do, you don't do it. All that, you don't have time for that. So don't fake the funk. Pull the trigger. Take action. Just like Nike said, just do it, right? Count up the cost, and make sure you have the money, after you've counted up the cost, right? Count up the cost. Verify your list. Make sure that you didn't leave anything off the list. Because you don't want to start a project and then don't finish it simply because you ran out of money. Everybody's going to laugh at you. You know what I mean? They're going to make fun of you. They're going to be like, oh, you started something that you couldn't finish. He's not dependable. I can't trust him because he or she can't complete the work, right? And so I just want to encourage you with that. Pull the trigger. Don't fake the funk. If you don't have enough money, get yourself a job. Get 2 jobs. Downsize so that you can have the money, enough disposable income to do what you got to do and to fund your business. This is Samuel Genus. I wish you the best, and I want you to be successful. I want you to, to crush it, and I want you to take your business to the next level. But it's going to take some serious soul searching on your part to find out, man, am I really cut out for this? Do I really want to fund this? Right? Do I really want to put my money where my mouth is? And if the answer is yes, then I salute you, I encourage you. If the answer is no, then I'm gonna be like, get yourself a day job and keep it moving. Because maybe you're not ready for an entrepreneurship. Maybe you're just ready for the 9 to 5. It's safe for you. It's not that many risks, and you can handle that. But for those of you who want to go to the next level, please take this advice, to fund your business. I say it one more time. Don't start if you don't have enough money. Or you're just going to frustrate yourself because you're going to be working on a project for 9 months that could have been done in 9 days, right? Just wait till you get enough money. Save till you get enough money. Find a business partner so you can have enough money, so you can basically do what you got to do, all right? This is Samuel Genus with Predict Your Business. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.